Hello and welcome, Phoenix Physics students, to Physics 101. I'm Robert Austin. I'll be your facilitator for the next 5 weeks, and I am creating this video to hopefully uh, help you avoid any of the pitfalls that frequently trip up students when they start this course. So let's just begin at the beginning with the course syllabus. Now, I'm going to skip through all this at the beginning because it's not that complicated and it's, I think, pretty standard. The main thing I want you to be aware of is the schedule. So this is a generic schedule for each week. You have 3 assignments, and these are the due dates. I'm going to go into detail in a couple minutes, okay? So just be aware of these due dates and times. All right, we are starting week 1, atoms in motion. First thing you might want to know is where is the reading material? Where is your reading assignment? Well, it's under learning activities. This is your textbook, okay? You don't need to order a textbook or anything. You can click on the link, and if you're enrolled in this course, this should open up for you, okay? So, begin reading this chapter as soon as possible. This is your main resource. So when I ask you in an assignment to compare what you observed to what you read or some ideas, specific ideas discussed in what you read, I'm talking about what you read in the current chapter of this textbook. And, here's the information you can use for a reference. All right. So now you know where to begin reading. Then you probably want to go here to the discussion. So every week we have a discussion topic, and there's several questions to answer, and you can answer it in the body of, a single paragraph with a length of at least 175 words, and it's due Thursday of each week. For week 1, Thursday is the 14th of December, okay, December 14th. In addition to your response are 2 replies to your fellow classmates' responses. So you and all your classmates ideally will be responding to these questions by Thursday, December 14th. And at that point, you can start earlier if there's something to respond to, but no later than Monday, you should post 2 replies to either your fellow classmates and or to me. If if I posted something that you want to reply to, feel free to do so. That'll count. I don't count words in the replies. A rule of thumb is maybe 75 words at least. Just make sure it's substantive. Don't say something trivial like "I agree with you" or "I like your name because it's cool." Okay. Comment on the response of that student. Now, I've given you when things are due. Okay. When I say due Thursday, I actually mean 11:59 p.m. Phoenix time on Thursday. So just before midnight on Thursday. Because I do discount points for lateness. So, that's in fact the most important part of your grade is being on time. So this gives you an idea of how that's graded. Out of a total of 40 points for your discussion and your participation, 16 of those points, a maximum of 16 of those points, are for being on time. If you're a day late, you would get 14.4 points. 2 days late, 12.8. 3 days late, 11.2. 4 days late, 9.6. So from this, you see that each day I'm discounting 1.6 points each day. Good. And then you can look at how I break down word count. So if you're below 175 words, you'll lose a point. Uh, this is usually 10 points. I mean, unless you really say something way out of the blue, not related to the discussion, I give the full credit for this portion. And also, it's important to reply to your fellow classmates because if you don't, I will start deducting points as well. All right, enough said about that. Now, by the time you've started reading and responding to the discussion topic, you should have a feeling about how this course is going. I mean, you won't have any grades the first week, so you'll be working kind of in the dark. But like I said, these assignments are this essentially fundamentally the same each week. Of course, the topics are different, but the basic kind of assignment, there's 3 assignments each week. So you'll have a interactive overview to do, and that just asks you basically how you're feeling. And I'd like to see you respond by Thursday of each week, just like your response to the discussion topic. And it's very simple. There are some questions there. You know, it says read chapter 1. Uh, I wouldn't say you have to complete the simulation assignment, but at least look at it, get an idea what it is. And it asks you to look ahead a little bit. And then it asks you, how do you feel about how things are going? So, you know, just give an honest answer. I I feel very confident, and I feel confident because I'm confident because the facilitator. I have all the advantages. So this makes me this is how I feel and why I feel that way, to the best of my knowledge. And then I would submit it. Make sure you hit the submit button. If you don't submit things, I can't grade them. All right, and you can download your confirmation or otherwise it gets emailed to you. You have a simulation to do, and that's due Monday. And you click here, there's a rubric. You might want to look at the rubric, but I try to make it a little easier for you. I basically summarize the rubric here and, you know, told you what you should be worrying about when you write your essay. So these first 6 things, well, actually, first 5 things are content related, and then 6 is asking, did you list your references? So if you have references, and you do, because at least one of them should be your textbook, you should list that as a reference and reference it properly. I'm not too picky on format, but give me the year, title, the author, at least, and mechanics of spelling, punctuation, grammar. So try to read it out loud and preferably to a friend or family member so they can give you some feedback before you submit it. And again, write like an adult. Usually I don't worry about uh, point 8 here, but sometimes I read an essay and that's barely readable and I have to deduct some points there as well. Again, when you complete the essay, make sure you hit the submit button. If you don't submit it, I can't grade it. I can't even see it. I've skipped over this. So one thing that distinguishes week 1 from the other weeks is this discussion here. Meet your faculty and peers. So some of you have already responded to this. This is completely optional. I encourage you to do it, but you know, if you don't like talking about yourself, you don't have to. You're not graded on this. I've already posted something about myself, and several of your classmates have posted about themselves. Ideally, in addition to all or any of these things that are listed here, I'd like to know why you're at the University of Phoenix. What do you intend to do with your career? What benefit are you getting from the University of Phoenix, or at least do you think you're going to get, or you're looking forward to getting? Now, last but not least, you see here a link to a live meeting that I've scheduled for this Thursday, 6 p.m. Phoenix time. And it's a weekly series of meetings. So every week at this time, I try to hold a meeting. I'm trying to hold it to 40 minutes at the most because I have 3 of these meetings I have to hold on Thursday evening, and I don't want it to go any longer than it has to. 40 minutes is about right. But that means if you want to attend, please try not to attend late. Be there on time. You can actually join the meeting as much as 15 minutes before it begins. And that might be a good idea to make sure your microphone and headphones and everything or speakers are properly set up so that you can be heard and that you can hear. So I go through, I give a little lecture about the weekly topic from my perspective. It's not, I don't necessarily give the same information as in the current chapter of the textbook. I give my own take on the material, and then I'll step through the simulation and answer any questions you might have. So this is your chance to ask me some questions. Now, if you don't know what 6 p.m. is in your time zone, then just click on the link before Thursday evening. And as you see here, it says December 14th, 8 p.m. That's my time. That's in the Eastern time zone. Okay, so I'm just double checking that Thursday is the 14th, and it is. So just click on it. That'll tell you when to begin, when the meeting begins. All right. I think that's all I had intended to say right now. So I hope to see some of you during our meeting on Thursday. And if I didn't say it already, this is an optional meeting. I strongly encourage you to attend if you can, but it's not graded. You're not required to attend it. I will record it and post the recording on Friday. But believe me, I hold a much better meeting if I have a few students in attendance. So please try to attend. Other than that, I'll just see you in class.